Welcome back to my channel. So I've been wanting to film this video for a while, but I thought what better way to start it than my first video of 2020 to kind of start off the New Year's resolutions, to be healthy and everything like that. So I'm basically going to be filming a how I lost weight video and weight loss tips and just kind of like my story. I watched a lot of these when I decided that I wanted to lose weight and like kind of change my habits, and I think they're really helpful to just listen to how other people do it, get some recipe ideas, and I think it's just motivating to see a before and after of someone else and hear about their journey and stuff. And I just think it's a good motivational video. This is going to be my one. I don't want it to be too long because I know it gets a bit boring, so I'm going to try and just be as quick as possible but cover everything so it's not too boring. So I think it's just best to start off with before and after pictures because I feel like that's what everyone kind of wants to see. So basically I decided to start losing weight in around September, October of 2018, and I kind of finished losing weight in about March, April 2019, so last year now. Since then I've kind of just stayed the same. I've put on like a bit and then lost it, gone back down. I've just kind of gone up and down by 3 pounds. I have put on like over since December, I've put on like probably about 5 pounds now, but I'm just gonna follow this video like I normally would, follow my same routine, and I know it will just go back off, so I'm not too worried about it. In total I lost 23 pounds, which is a stone and 10 pounds I think. Oh god, I should have worked out properly, but I lost 23 pounds. And my before and afters, I'm not embarrassed of my before. Okay, I'm a little bit embarrassed, not embarrassed, but it's just not something that you want to like put on the internet because it's like that was when I was really unhappy and I was taking it to do like before and after shots, so I didn't really think that anyone would see the before. But yeah, I think it's good to include it to see like your progress, and that's a really important thing. Make sure you take pictures because then you can look back when you've made progress and see these differences and changes. Mainly I see a lot of difference in my face because I've got quite a round face, so I see a lot of difference in my face. Like taking pictures and stuff, I'd feel really unconfident because I felt like my face was really round and like I had like a lot going on whereas now I don't feel as round face. I know I have got a round face, but not as bad. Obviously like my hips and my stomach and stuff. So yeah, that was my before and after. Just to give you a little bit of background of when I looked at the before, my kind of diet and lifestyle. So my issue is definitely portion control. I am always hungry, I always want to eat, and I can eat like, I feel like most people that I know could vouch for me, like I can put a lot away. Like I love eating, and even when I'm full I really don't have the ability to stop. Like I will just keep eating until I basically feel like I'm gonna be sick, and even then like I'll wait 10 minutes so it calms down if I haven't finished my snack or something, and then I'll carry on. I just have no control of saying no basically. So before I just used to have really large meals. I was always hungry, so I snack a lot. Like at work I would go have like a Boots meal deal, so I'd have a triple sandwich from Boots, then like a pack of minstrels and a fizzy drink, and then I'd probably go to Sainsbury's and get like a treat bag of M&Ms, like the big bags, and then go back to my desk and eat it all. Then I'd go home, my mum would cook me dinner, and then my boyfriend would come around in the evening. I'd be like, should we just go KFC, should we just go McDonald's? I'd end up having 2 dinners as well, so just really unhealthy and mainly overeating. Like my diet was bad, but even if I just downsized it, it wouldn't have been as bad. It was just the sheer amount that I used to eat. So yeah, that was kind of like my before. So when I decided to start losing weight, I started to calorie count. And I know when I used to watch these videos of people calorie counting, I just didn't want to do it. I felt like it'd be too restrictive and I didn't want to scan everything and weigh stuff and everything like that. But honestly, now doing calorie counting, I really just think that it's the best way to do it. Basically, I'm just taking this off Google, like because I used to Google it, but to lose weight basically you need to be in a calorie deficit. So whether you're doing a fad diet like the 5-2 diet or whatever sort of diet that you've tried or might not have tried, basically if you're going to be in a calorie deficit in that diet, so you might as well eat what you want rather than following a fad diet but then just calorie count it all and just make sure that the portions are right. And now that I've done calorie counting for so long, I feel like it's just the easiest way to lose weight, and I'm definitely not restrictive. I always say, if people ask me, I wouldn't call myself super healthy. Obviously when you calorie count you do tend to eat healthier because healthier foods are less calories, but you don't have to eat really healthily to lose weight as long as you're in a calorie deficit. My calorie goal every day was 1200 calories, so you can, it changes to like other people's might be higher or lower. Basically there's tons of calorie counters online that you can just type in your weight and your activity levels and everything like that, and it will kind of give you an estimate of how many calories you need to consume to maintain and to lose. So because I'm not very active, mine was 1200, which is quite low, but again I don't move a whole lot. I have an office job, so I don't need to have as many calories as I was eating. So most of you know this, but with MyFitnessPal you basically set in your goal of how many calories you want to consume, and then basically you just scan everything. So anything you eat, you just scan it with the little barcode thing. It's so easy. It comes up with how many calories are in something. You might need to change the portions. So for example, say you scanned like a large chicken breast and you're only having half, then you just put 0.5 as the weight or whatever it's called. So you might have to edit a few bits to kind of suit you, but on the whole you can just kind of scan stuff and it will come up with how many calories it is. So I definitely wouldn't say that I was restrictive. I think with calorie counting, if you don't want to do it forever, you don't have to. I think after the first 2 to 3 weeks you kind of get an idea of how big your plate should, like your plate of food should be, the calories in certain foods, and you can kind of eyeball it after you've done it for a couple of weeks, because you get kind of used to it. So if I didn't want to scan everything, I can kind of just calorie count in my head. I know the rough amounts, but sometimes I want to be precise, so I know that everything is like in my calorie allowance, but you don't have to. I think once you familiarize yourself, I think you start to learn portion control and what foods are really high in calories that you might not necessarily have thought they were. I think once you start learning that through MyFitnessPal, you can take a step back from it. You don't have to stick to it. I used to watch a lot of healthy what I eat in a days, and a lot of it I couldn't be asked to do. I'm really lazy. I think that's where I foul. If something is hard work, I don't want to do it. I just can't be asked. So all of my meals that I eat are super easy and still healthy and low in calories, but don't feel too restrictive. So some of my favourite meals that I used to eat when I was losing weight, and I'm still going to be eating now because I do need to lose a few pounds. So I really love bunless burgers. So you can just get a reduced fat burger from Sainsbury's, and you can put a cheese single on it. You can get like reduced fat ones. Then I'd put like all my salad I love on it, so lettuce, jalapenos, gherkins. I put a little bit of burger sauce on it, tomatoes, all the salad that I love in a burger on top, but you don't use a bun. Sometimes I'd have just half a bun on top if I wanted a bit of a bun. And then something I love is potatoes and chips, but I didn't really eat chips when I was like full on dieting unless I went out and ate. So at home I would have new potatoes and I cut them into slices. I then do a lot of fry light on them, mix them all up with salt and pepper, sometimes a bit of chilli, and then just put them in the oven and cook them, and they crisp up. And yeah, they're just really good. You can also buy chip seasoning and put that on there, and it's just healthier than actually buying chips. They're new potatoes. So I'd have that on the side, and that was literally my meal. Like I didn't have any vegetables with it. So I'm not saying that I was always healthy, but that's like a really yummy meal to me, and it really filled me up. Another thing I love to do is the pizza wraps. I filmed it in my what I eat in a day that I uploaded a few months ago. It's literally just a wrap, tomato puree, I put loads of cheese in it, a bit of spinach and tomatoes, press it down, and then you like grill it and it goes like crispy, and it's like a pizza wrap. So good. So there's tons of things that I ate that you don't necessarily have to be super healthy as long as the calories are restricted, but obviously being healthy does help. Also snacks, I'm a huge snacker, especially sweet things. After dinner I feel like it's necessary for me to like consume chocolate. So previously, like after dinner, I would have like a big treat bag of like minstrels. Bearing in mind I probably had a big treat bag of M&Ms like sitting on my desk at work. So obviously that had to stop, but with calorie counting again, you find lower calorie like sweet alternatives. So I used to warm up like if anyone's heard of the Fibre One brownies, they're 99 calories or 89 calories for like a little chocolate brownie. I used to heat it up in the microwave, have a little bit of low fat cream and some strawberries. I used to put quite a lot of strawberries on because the brownie is quite small. And that would be my dessert, and it would really help that I didn't feel like I was going insane. Like after dinner I couldn't have something sweet or like one biscuit or something. To actually have like a pudding was really nice. Also low calorie snacks, I love Rocky bars. I eat them a lot. I think they're 100 calories. So I kind of try for sweet snacks and puddings, I try and stay around at that 100 calorie mark. And by calorie counting you just find more lower calorie alternatives. So I love Rocky bars, Maryland cookies, do like a little pack of Maryland cookies for 100 calories I think. Kit Kats are really good as well. So just lower calorie snacks. Other low calorie snacks that I love, I used to have Quavers, Skips, Pom Bears, those kinds of crisps. So definitely not always healthy, but for me, that's the way to keep saying. I don't eat super healthily, but I just make sure that a lot of my foods are low in calories if I'm going to be eating unhealthily. Also, another tip, I sort of got rid of the start Monday thing, and I think once you do that, it just becomes routine. So I love takeaways, and I used to have a lot of takeaways, and when I was losing weight I still had takeaways. So if I had an Indian or a Chinese or whatever, the next day I would just get back to it, rather than having an Indian on Thursday and thinking, oh, I've ruined it, let's start Monday. Because all you're doing is literally erasing all the hard work you've done that week. Because if you're unhealthy for 4 days, it literally just gets rid of it. So it's so important that the day that you the day that you have a treat or whatever, just make sure that the next day you get straight back to it, and then it won't do as much damage as you think it's going to do. Also, you've probably heard it all before, but make sure you do take pictures. I have so many pictures from all over the months I was losing weight, and it's really hard to notice it within yourself, but I think once you start taking pictures, and also some people won't notice it. I think that's what's really disheartening, is like you feel like you've lost quite a bit of weight but your friends aren't noticing it. But at the end of the day, they do see you every day, and it's harder to tell difference when you're seeing someone change little by little every day. They might not necessarily see it, but when you take pictures you can really see the differences. And I know that then when you show people them pictures, if you want to, they will see the difference completely. But it can be difficult to see the difference if you see yourself every single day. Take pictures, I think that's so important. You'll see every little change in your body. My legs have changed so much. I still am insecure about my legs, but not to the point that I was so insecure about my legs. I've just got really thick legs. Like, I don't have much of an ankle. I hate my legs, but when I lost weight I saw such a difference in my legs, and it just gave me so much confidence. In the summer I wore dresses and shorts, and I would never have done that. In the summer I literally lived in jeans, and I used to find it really embarrassing because I felt like it drew attention to the fact that I was wearing, like, it drew attention to my legs because everyone was in shorts and I was there in jeans. But parts of your body that you might not necessarily like, once you lose weight, they can actually change a lot. So my legs have changed so much, and I feel so much better wearing stuff that I wouldn't have before. So exercise. Now, I know for me personally, I hate exercising. I just hate it. I'm quite lazy, but also being at work all day, I don't want to come home and exercise, or I don't want to get up earlier and do a bit of exercise. I just don't want to do it. But to lose weight, I think it's so important to just be more active, and I think that's the most important thing, especially if you're like me and you have an office job. I literally drive to work, sit on my ass all day, and then drive home and sit on my ass all evening. So being more active just makes so much difference, and it doesn't mean that you have to literally go to the gym and work out loads. So what I did and do at the minute, although I haven't recently because I've been like in Christmas mode, I just started walking to work. Where I used to live before, it was like a 25-minute to half-hour walk to work. So walking there and home, I was doing an hour walking a day, and I think it's like those things where you're like, oh, can't be bothered, like it just takes so much more time. But once you do it a couple of times, it just becomes routine. I put my earphones in, I listen to a podcast, or sometimes I listen to an audiobook, and now I'm at the point where I really enjoy it. Like, I like walking in the mornings. Like, it's just that half-hour time I get to walk, and I'm just listening to some of my music. I'm not in a rush. Like, I love walking to work. I know that not everyone can walk to work. Maybe get off an earlier train stop or an earlier bus stop, or park a little bit further away from somewhere. I just think making those little steps and being a little bit more active helps so much. And honestly, when I started walking to work every day and doing that extra hour walking, I lost weight so much quicker. And I really didn't think that walking would make that much difference, but honestly, any type of activity that you include will help so much. Even if you can't walk to work, so you start taking your dog for a walk in the evenings and do like an hour's walk or half-hour's walk, like, it will just make so much difference. I just think that diet is really important, but being active really helps, and I think most people want to be having a quick fix and want to be losing weight quickly. So I think that being active will really help. I also did a few, not so much, I haven't done it in a long time, but when I was actually like in the losing weight mode and I was losing it a bit quicker, I was working out sometimes, like maybe twice a week. I was doing at-home workouts. Just literally type on your computer like arm workout and YouTube, and you'll find something that you can do. Like, I had a few dumbbells at home, and there was like half-hour arm workouts that I found, and I'll just do them in my bedroom, and just doing that will make such a difference and increase and just fasten up your losing weight journey. Like, it just makes such a difference. With the walking as well, like, okay, you can't be asked to do it, but when you're losing weight, you've got to put a little bit of effort in. It isn't easy, and you've got to make them small changes of doing a half-hour walk in the evening, go for a walk with your boyfriend or your friend for 40 minutes and just chat and just go at a bit of a pace. Like, it will just make such a difference. I think your habits start to change and you might end up looking forward to it. Like, I really look forward to going for a walk now. Like, I really love my walks. Also, you just train yourself differently. Like, I hated a lot of vegetables when I started this diet. I didn't eat vegetables really at all, whereas now I eat so many vegetables, and I basically just forced myself at the beginning to eat broccoli, to eat carrots, and now I really like them. I would like to do a what I eat in a day calorie counting, so I think I'm going to do one of those videos. And also I think I'm going to start food prepping, so I'm going to food prep tomorrow, so I might film it as a video so you can see what I'm food prepping for the week. I watched a ton of food prepping videos as well. They're really handy if you want to lose weight and just be a bit more controlled for what you're eating. That was just a basic kind of sum up of how I lost weight and what I did to lose weight. If anyone has any questions or wants me to do anything else, like, message me. I love talking about food and nutrition and stuff now. Like, I really enjoy it. I always take December off as well. Like, when I was losing weight before, I was really unhealthy in the December, and I put on like 5 pounds again, I think, and I just lost it. Like, once you get back into that routine, it will come off again. So I'm not super strict to myself, so I'm like getting back into it as well. Like, 2020, I need to get back into it because I have been really bad over the Christmas period. But I mean, you have to live, like, you want to enjoy yourself, so I don't regret it. I'm just going to go back to calorie counting and eating healthy meals, and it will just come back off. Like, if you're patient and if you're in a calorie deficit and you eat healthily and move a little bit, it will come off. Like, it's going to work, so you just have to kind of be patient with it. But yeah, if anyone has any questions, please message me. I'd love to talk about it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and it wasn't too long. I just wanted to give a quick kind of sum up of how I lost weight. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.